in a far-off kingdom strangled by winter, there lived an old woman named Mother Ryga. She wore a shawl made of mouse pelts, spoke in riddles, and carried a sack that clinked like a bag of teeth. Children were told to stay away from her cottage in the woods, for she was a sifter of bones. But few knew what that meant, and fewer still dared to find out. One spring, when the snow finally began to rot into mud, a girl named Lottie wandered into the woods looking for mushrooms to feed her sick father. She was clever, sharp-tongued, and unafraid of stories. When she came upon Mother Ryga's cottage, she didn't run. She knocked. Ryga answered with eyes like boiled eggs and breath like old milk. "Do you want something?" she said. "I need food," Lottie replied. "My father is dying." Ryga smiled without showing teeth. "Then work for it. Clean my house. But be careful. Anything you break, you must replace." With a piece of yourself, Lottie agreed. Inside, the house was filthy. Dead things dangled from the rafters. Bones were sorted in neat little piles. A pig's skull grinned from the hearth. Lottie swept, scrubbed, and kept her eyes low. But on the third night, curiosity bit her. She opened a door Ryga had told her never to touch. Inside was a chamber of horrors. Human bones hung from strings like wind chimes. Jars full of tongues, eyeballs, and withered hands lined the shelves. And in the center, a large table where a half-finished puppet sat, stitched from flesh, sewn with veins, and held together by black thread. It breathed. Behind her, Ryga whispered, "I told you, if you break something, you owe me. You've broken the rule." Before Lottie could scream, Ryga lunged. She tried to fight. She bit Ryga's hand and clawed at her face. But the old woman was stronger than she looked. Her fingers turned to blades. Her teeth stretched into points. She pinned Lottie to the ground, sliced open her chest, and stole 3 ribs to finish her puppet. Lottie woke hours later, barely alive, bandaged in moth wings and silence. "You are mine now," Ryga crooned. "You owe me your bones, one by one, until the debt is paid." Every night after, Lottie was forced to clean, cook, and harvest, and each time she disobeyed or faltered, Ryga would take something else: a tooth, a finger, a sliver of spine. She stored them in her jars, labeled neatly, but Lottie was clever. She didn't cry. She learned where Ryga hid her needles, where the salt was stored, where the real heart of the puppet beat under the floorboards. And one night, when Ryga left to hunt, Lottie opened the forbidden door again. This time, not out of fear, but to end it. She smashed every jar, ground the bones to dust, tore open the puppet, and fed it to the fire. Then she salted the floor, boiled the heart, and stitched a message into the curtains using Ryga's own hair. "You owe me." When Ryga returned, she screamed so loud the trees went deaf. She found Lottie sitting at the hearth, holding a blade carved from her own ribs. The girl was shaking, pale, half empty, but smiling. "You said I must replace what I break with myself," Lottie said. "So I broke you. What happened next depends on who tells the story." Some say Lottie plunged the blade into Ryga's chest and took back her bones. Others say they both burned, locked in a final embrace. But deep in the forest, There's a cottage with curtains stitched from human hair. Inside, a girl stirs a pot of bones, whispering riddles and smiling with too many teeth. And if you knock on her door, be careful what you break. It just might be you.